to provide a little hope in a bad place, right? Chicago Bulls scored 33 points in the first half of the game. They come back and score 32 points in both the third and the fourth quarters, actually winning both of those quarters, but still lose the game 103-97. Zach LaVine came alive in the second half of this game, big time. In just the second half, Zach LaVine goes 9 of 14 from the field. He has 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. He scores 25 points in just the second half of this game. He does score 34 points overall. DeMar DeRozan goes 10 of 20 in this game for 23 points. Alex Caruso, the GOAT, almost winning the game for the Bulls yet again. He scores 18 points in this game. Nikola Vucevic with 10 and 10 in this game with 6 assists as well. Not much for the Bulls, much ado about nothing other than those players. Not really a lot of big performances. No big performance off the bench for the Bulls today. Only 5 points from Drummond, and then 3 points from Torrey Craig. Otherwise, it was a big zero burger from everyone. Javon Carter game. Uh, was another situation, another game where, listen, yes, it feels good to see the Bulls compete down the end, even briefly taking the lead. Like I said, with Alex Caruso making a big shot, he was 4 or 5 from 3-point range today. But the Bulls didn't deserve to win this game. Again, turnovers is the key for the Bulls. 16 turnovers in this game for the Chicago Bulls. They do shoot 44% from the field, 35% overall from 3-point range. It just wasn't enough. And at the end of the day, this is why, again, the team can't keep getting out to these slow, sluggish starts because the Bulls just don't have the skill to come back from them. Well, I guess I can't. They did come back and close the gap, but it really ends up dooming the Chicago Bulls yet again, how they play in the first half of this game. They lose the points off turnover battle 25-19. So there's that. They get out rebounded by 12 in this game. So there's that again. 52 points in the paint did the Chicago Bulls give up, and they lost the second chance battle 14-3. So those type of things are what really hurts the team from being able to win a basketball game, even if they do get it down close. And yeah, it just is what it is, man. This is like I said, the trade Zach LaVine Zach LaVine trade that's bound to happen needs to come right along with the firing of Billy Donovan, in my opinion, because Billy's a terrible head coach. I know I always kind of say, and I always like, well, Billy's not a bad. No, at this point, Billy Donovan's a terrible head coach. And he needs to leave right along with Zach LaVine. I'm overseeing kind of both of them on this franchise and what that means for it. It's time to move on. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the comments, see how you guys are feeling about it. Luis says, hey, the worst we could do, better pick we get. Listen, all right, this is a very weak draft, though. Why do we keep doing this to me? Listen, the Bulls are always going to give you hope. I keep saying, doing all these games, just don't do it. Like Hawkeye in game. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. They keep giving hope. Kadaro with the sad face. Austin says, fire Billy Donovan, go Bulls. That's funny. Gio in the building says, and that's all she wrote. Yeah. Yeah. Last son of Krypton. Billy needs to be fired. Listen, Billy Donovan has to go right along with him, in my opinion. Shay's in the building says, dude, I'm not in the mood to play. Billy Donovan has to fucking go. That's okay. Well, hey, there you go. PBN Patch in the building says, we needed that shot, Vooch, but I hate how we have to be down to start waking up playing. And that's the thing that really keeps digging a hole for the Chicago Bulls team, is that almost like they have to get out to a deficit to come back. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So, this team, the energy is definitely off. The feel around this team is off. There's a lot of things around this team that just does not feel right right now. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. Like I said, even for those that are hoping for Zach LaVine to be traded, Zach isn't probably going anywhere until that December 15th date. And then, for those that want to see Billy Donovan fired. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Different day, same shit, same heartbreak, daily life. Bulls fan. Oh, absolutely. Listen, I'm wearing the Benny the Bull shirt for a reason today. I don't even what the heck? What are you doing in here, Kev?
Billy Donovan needs to be fired yesterday. That's
Is
all
that
I'm
what
here for to say. That's it. You drew up a play for Vucevic when Zach is cooking? You drew up a play for Vooch? That's it, Haize. I ain't going to keep interrupting you, my guy. I'm so mad at what happened at the end of this game. Zach said he's trying to leave, and he's in the timeout. Like, look, I'm about to leave if y'all don't drop this play. And Billy Donovan drop a play for Vucevic, bro.
Yeah, it was a bad decision by Billy Donovan. That's why, like, I don't know if you got to see my video earlier. I titled it like Billy Donovan can't, whatever the next version of this Bulls team is, Billy Donovan can't be the one to lead it. And unfortunately, it seems like the Bulls are maybe content in doing that, and that's bad for the Bulls. It's bad. So
that's all I have to say, bro. I'm out.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you, bro. All right, man. What the hell are you doing in here? What is this? What are we doing here? Everybody's coming in here to air their grievances.
I just got one thing to say. For all you motherfuckers get mad at Zach, this the fucking reason why he out this bitch. This is exactly about the reason why. You let this motherfucker cook the whole second half. And you call the last play for some fucking Vooch.
This nigga Steve-O is delirious right now.
Oh, bro, I laughed for 10 minutes after that. I swear to God I did. But I ain't gonna go ahead and have your post game. I ain't got nothing to say. Just I'm done.
These Negroes definitely ran in like the NWO. That's hilarious. All right, y'all. Peace, fellas. That's crazy. Shout out to my brothers for coming through for a second. That just is where we are right now with the Chicago Bulls as an organization, man. This team right now is finding new and interesting ways to struggle and lose. And it's bad. Everything right now around the Chicago Bulls is bad, man. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. None of this. And so they need to figure something out. And to C-Dub's point earlier, if you guys were on the pregame show, C-Dub said, hey, we kind of need to thank Zach LaVine for the trade request, because they wouldn't have made any major changes had that not happened. Zach LaVine requesting a trade is what's going to bring change to this Chicago Bulls team. We'll see if it ends up being good change in the long run, or short term, whatever it is. But much like it took Paxson to go to the front office and basically say, I don't know how to do my job, for the ownership to finally move off of Gar Forman and John Paxson and bring in a new front office. It took for Zach LaVine to say, your highest paid player in your franchise's history. It took for him to go and ask for a trade to bring change to the stagnant ass, sorry ass excuse for a roster. And so, we'll see what it brings. We'll see what happens with Billy Donovan, what that means for him in the long term, whatever else it is. But as it stands right now, listen, yeah, it sucks where we stand. It sucks the energy. It sucks that we can't shoot the ball. But at first, to some extent, it wouldn't have changed unless Zach LaVine stood up and said, listen, this ain't it. I need out of here. And that's what's going to bring change. Now, let's see where that change ends up getting us, because right now the Bulls, everything about this franchise and organization is a struggle. Every single thing. And listen, I know we can complain about ownership. We can talk about not paying the luxury tax. We can talk about drafting bad by the front office. We can talk about Billy Donovan being the head coach. We can talk about Zach and DeMar not working and not being able to shoot a goddamn thing. We can talk about giving up 2 first-round picks for Nikola Vucevic, another first-round pick for DeMar DeRozan, and to pay $20 million a year for half a leg of Alonzo Ball. We can talk about all of that. But the thing that hurts so much with seeing this team play is that there's only one motherfucker on this roster who gives a damn and plays like they care every single game, no matter how big the deficit, no matter who the opponent is. And that is Alex Caruso. The guy that we brought in for the mid-level exception is the guy that we looking at right now and saying cares the most. Kobe shows some flashes. Io shows some flashes. Drum shows some flashes. But the only person that you can look at every single play that gives their all and cares about what happens with this team, win or lose, that's going to stand up, defend some of the best players in the NBA, as well as up to his own offensive game. The only player that we have on this team that looked like they came in and tried to fix what was wrong with their game is the bald-headed wonder himself, Alex Caruso. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else about this franchise that right now doesn't smell like absolute shit. We are in a shitty situation, and guess what? We knee deep in the devil's asshole right now, because that's all we can smell is fucking hellfire, brimstone, and shit. That's what we smelling right now. That is what we're in as a franchise. And until this ownership group or the front office stands up and wants to give us something better, keep in mind, this front office would keep the fucking wheels turning and not do a goddamn thing other than minor incremental changes to this roster every single year if it wasn't for Zach LaVine to finally request a trade and to call some change for this team. And it needs to come sooner rather than later. But that's where we stand right now as a franchise. We stand in the place that it had to take somebody to say that they were done, that they were ready to go, that they're tired of playing for us, that they don't want to put on the uniform anymore. It took for somebody to say that to bring some change to a roster that had 35 games of looking good. Keep in mind, 35. We gave up 2 first-round picks, 3 if you count DeMar DeRozan, 3 first-round picks, hundreds of millions of dollars for 35 games of a team looking decent. 35 games. And then you wonder why Bulls fans are so upset. You wonder why the United Center isn't as full. You wonder why people are walking out of games because this sucks, and we deserve better. The city of Chicago deserves better. The players deserve better. Everybody deserves better. You know who doesn't? Fuck Billy Donovan. Fuck the ownership. Fuck the fucking front office. I don't give a damn who did what good, who did what bad. All those motherfuckers can go as I sit right now. Until we get somebody who cares enough about the city, not just giving us words, right? Because AK, Billy Donovan, they've given us some great words, but the actions have not followed it. Until we get somebody to run this team that cares about what they put out on the court, other than Alex Caruso, this is where we're going to be for the next goddamn long. Who knows how long? And we're tired of it. We're tired of it. So while I've said before, like, hey, I don't even know if like not showing up to games is gonna listen. Stop. Don't go. Don't go anymore. Don't go to the game. Don't buy that the Bulls merch. Most of that doesn't go to the Bulls. Whatever it is, stop it. Until this team learns to respect their fan base, a fan base that spans over the whole world, a fan base that would spend money to travel to Chicago, that will go there, even if they don't live in town, to see this bullshit, and these are the performances you continually give us, it's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. And we keep allowing this to happen to a degree, right? It's not on us that this front office doesn't give a fuck, right? But something got to happen. Something got to shake, man. Shout out to the Flaming Turtle for the super chat. Since Vooch shouldn't have been in the perimeter for that play. I completely agree with you. That was a stupid-ass play. Cannon says, beyond depressing, I love a team who don't love us. This team don't love us back. They don't give a damn. They don't love us back at all. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care. They do not give a shit. They don't care about what we feel right now. They don't care about putting a team out there that is representative of this fan base that gives everything to this team. They don't give a crap. They don't care. They don't care. They don't. They don't give a shit. So listen, we can get to typing, we can get to being pissed off. Me even being here talking frustrated and raising my voice right now. At the grand scheme of things, it don't fucking matter. You know why? Because they're gonna look at us and say, "We tried. We tried. We gave y'all some hope. You gave us hope for what?" Like I said, we knee deep in the fucking devil's asshole right now. That's where we said the only thing we got left to look forward to is shit and fucking burning with fucking anger. That's what it is. That's what we got to worry about. That's what we got to look forward to for this team right now. That's it. Ain't nothing else coming. There's nothing else coming for this except pain and despair. That's it. And then you got to worry about going into a rebuild for a front office that can't draft to save their fucking life. What the fuck are we rebuilding? What are we doing? Struggling. That's what we doing. That's what you can look forward to. Struggle, right? That's what you can look forward to. And listen, that's where we sit right now. Do you think the Bulls flip the switch and keep Zach and trade DeMar? Listen, at this point, Zach LaVine has requested a trade. I don't think so. I don't think so. 6 years later, Jimmy was right. That's crazy that's right. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Magic fan here. That would have been our worst L yet. Listen, Connecticut, I'm glad you guys got the goddamn victory because you know what? I don't even want to see this team win. I hope this team loses 65 games this season. You know why? Because then they may actually be forced to fire Billy Bubblegum bitch ass Donovan. They may actually be forced to do that because right now they're going to end up trading Zach LaVine and then run some shit back and be like, hey, now we have a roster that fits our head coach, Billy Donovan. We really feel confident about where we're going because now this roster fits what the scheme the head coach wants to run. I wish these motherfuckers would. I wish AK would sit up there and try to sell us on staying with a motherfucking bitch-ass coach that can't do shit but chew fucking gum. I wish he would try to sell us on that bullshit, right? I wish he would try to sell us on that bullshit. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, bro. I'm so fucking fed up with this bullshit. I'm fed up with this team. I'm fed up with this organization. I'm fed up with this bullshit ass ownership group. Everything. Light the whole motherfucker on fire. Light it on fire. That's it. Burn it down. Start over. Super chat, bad play call at the end. Vooch was open, but you don't have a rebounder. Haize, I'd fire Billy before I break the team up. How do you feel? Well, like I said, ISO Noah, is that Zach requested a trade. His camp has requested a trade. So it's not just that, and I think that it's been painted in a different light than what the reality is. Zach LaVine and his camp have requested a trade. That's what's happened. It's not just that the Bulls woke up one day and said, hey, we be open to trade. Zach, what you guys got for us? No, they have requested a trade. So it is what it is, man. Austin says he's seriously standing by his game plan during the press conference. I can't believe it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dwayne Taylor says, that's 100% Mr. Petty Roosevelt. Speak your mind, bro. I've really been trying, man. I've been trying. You guys know I try to stay level-headed. I really do. I try to be realistic, but at this point, I don't give a fuck about staying realistic. I don't give a damn about. Listen, you can take my connections to the Chicago Bulls away. The little bit that I do have in with the Chicago Bulls, if they get pissed off by seeing this video, fuck them. I don't give a shit because I started this platform to be real, and nobody ever, and I'm not saying that they have, so please don't take it that way, but no level of access to anybody, any team, any marketing squad, anything is worth not sitting on this platform and telling the truth. And the truth is, this franchise doesn't give a fuck about winning. This franchise will win, right? If they can make something happen that wins, but this ain't a franchise that is dedicated to doing whatever it takes to put a winning basketball court or a winning basketball team on the court. That we just don't have that. We don't have that type of ownership group. We don't have that type of franchise that cares about winning. If they can win in doing things and make money, cool. But the first thing they care about is making money. They don't give two flying fucks about putting out a team out there and that being the focus and let the other things work themselves out. You know what really good to great franchises do? They understand that the money's going to come if they win. You know what the Chicago Bulls say? Let's find a way to make money, and if we can win along that way, cool, let's do it. That's what the Chicago Bulls say, right? If we can win while we make money, more the better. But guess what? That bottom dollar, that's the thing that matters the most. That's what matters the most to this ownership group. You got Jerry fucking Reinsdorf, Emperor Palpatine himself, sitting somewhere in the dark. He doesn't even show up to games anymore. Sitting somewhere in the dark and just saying, did the check clear? The check cleared? Bet, we're good. Fuck them. I'm tired of it, man. I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing this team put out something like this and not care. Every year we see franchises make moves that have already won, but are committed to it and committed to stay winning. The Chicago Bulls don't care about that. They don't care about that. We got $10 million in a free, basically $10 million in a disabled player exception that we can use. And you know what? They don't want to use it. You know why they don't want to use it? Because it can affect the luxury tax. You know what that means? And keep in mind, most people don't know this. I'm gonna be real with y'all for a second. You know why the Bulls don't like paying the luxury tax? It's because every team that doesn't pay the luxury tax, guess what they get? All the other teams in the NBA that pay the luxury tax, the teams that don't pay it, they get to split that money and bring that in. So guess what? The Bulls, because they don't pay the luxury tax, the fucking the Los Angeles Clippers, the fucking Golden State Warriors, the goddamn whoever else, the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, all those teams that are paying luxury tax money, the Chicago Bulls are going to split that with the other fucking 3 teams that don't pay the luxury tax, and some goes to the NBA. And guess where that goes? Back in old man Jerry's pockets. That's why this team doesn't pay the luxury tax, because guess what? They get extra money by not paying the luxury tax. You know why? Because this ownership group, this front office does not give two flying fucks about putting a winning team out there. They care about making sure that they can stack their fucking cash and keep paying off so fucking Michael's kids and Michael's kids and then Michael's kids' kids can have fucking millions of dollars, billions of dollars so they can try to run Chicago. That's what it is. That's what we're sitting right here. We're in a fucking Ponzi scheme for a franchise. That's what we're in. That's what happens right now, right? It's crazy, yo. It's ridiculous. Let's talk Bulls. Thanks for supporting the channel. Says, hope they trade Caruso. He deserves better. Absolutely deserves better than being a part of this piece of shit ass franchise, man. That's it, bro. Like real talk. Real talk, man. Like that's what it boils down to. And that's why, like I said, the Bulls won titles because they got lucky and drafted Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And then they had a foundation to build off of. The last time that we even sniffed getting close to the title, you know what we did? We got lucky and got the first overall pick that turned into Derrick Rose. That's it. That's it. Right? Like that's it. This franchise is a Ponzi scheme. That's what it is. Like, they want to sell us on hope, right? They want to do enough to fill the seats. They want to do enough to build off the excitement. They want to do enough to get the people that love this franchise to come into the building. But they don't want to do enough to make sure that they can keep winning. That's it. This team don't give a shit about that. This team doesn't care about making sure that they put out the best possible. You know what? Even if you didn't want to go into the luxury tax, let's take the luxury tax out of it. You know what you can spend money on every single day, every single year? Improving your coaching staff. We just got a player development staff when we be drafting these goddamn players that are raw, that can't shoot, right? But guess what? We didn't have a shooting coach, right? We didn't have a player development staff. We didn't have any of that. You know why? Because the money. You know what doesn't count towards your luxury tax? Your coaching staff, your trainers, your facilities, all that stuff doesn't count towards the luxury tax. So even if you didn't want to pay the luxury tax, Jerry, you know what you could have did? You could have invested in your fucking franchise by putting stuff out there to help improve this team. We just got a player development staff. I wouldn't be surprised if with the United Center not being filled up, the first thing that gets cut is 2 people from the player development staff. Then we're going to be right back where the fuck we are now. That's where we're going to be. So, like when we say that we love a team that doesn't love us back, that's what the fuck we're talking about. It's not just about, hey, go and spend in the luxury tax. Oh, go and trade for this player. It's not just about that. That's the baseline of it, right? That's the base. That's the small portion of it. A fucking Ponzi scheme of a franchise. That's what we have here with the Chicago Bulls right now. We are one of the largest markets in the world, not just the United States, in the world. And you know what? We don't operate like it. We operate like we the fucking OKC Thunder. When's the last time anybody's been to Oklahoma City? But guess what that team does? That team spends money because that team wants to win. That team wants to build an atmosphere. That team wants to build a franchise. Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't care about winning basketball games. Jerry Reinsdorf cares about winning your thoughts so that you spend money, that you spend tickets, that you go there and spend on the concessions, that you show up in red and black. That's what Jerry Reinsdorf cares about. That's it, man. That's it, bro. Like it is what it is, fam. Like real talk. I'm sorry. And I hate getting on this platform and just ranting and just being pissed off. I really try to create a show for you guys. I try to create the best possible thing that I can for you guys because you deserve it. And the reason why I want to do it is because guess what? The franchise that we love doesn't give a fuck about creating a goddamn winning team for us. So I try my best. I try my best to create something. I try my best to come on here and be realistic, to talk to you guys and not be this. This is just fan Haize. This ain't even Petty Roosevelt. This ain't even Haize. This is Cordero. This is all that is. My real name. This is just me being me. And right now, I'm a pissed off Chicago Bulls fan. That's what I am right now. I wish to God that I could bring nothing more than the happy-go-lucky, let's crack some jokes, let's flame some people, let's do all of that. I wish that I can do that. But the franchise that I love, that literally I feed my family off covering this franchise, doesn't give a fuck enough to love me back. That's what it is. And it sucks because in creating this, I've become, whether I wanted to or not, a representation of Chicago Bulls fans. And guess what? We piss the fuck off, yo. Like, that's what it is. We piss the fuck off. And we deserve to be that. This is bullshit. Everything that we're seeing from this franchise, from right now, the effort, it should be unacceptable. It should be unacceptable. We should have an owner that cares enough about this team that goes and says, the way that I saw these players competing today, I'm not happy with it. Let's clean house and improve. But you know what Jerry's going to say? Did the check clear? Did the check clear? How many tickets did we sell? Did we sell enough hot dogs in those tickets? Did the people that came that have season tickets, did the VIPs re-up with us? Right? What can we do to get more people in the building? Bet, let's bring in a Chicago hero. Joe Kim Noah, can you come to a game for us? No, Joe, you can't come. Lou Aldane, can you show up to a game for us? Bet, we can remind him. Oh, Dennis Rodman, can you? Oh, he ain't coming to the UC. That's what this franchise and this ownership group cares about. They don't give a fucking shit about us wanting and deserving to see a team that could win out there. And that is part of the problem. Gio says, Haize, you hit the nail on the head. Agree with you. Jerry don't care about us, man. As long as he's still making, he don't give a shit. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Cordell, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you for supporting the channel. We don't have the winning culture, no hunger from it from top to bottom. Exactly. Nothing. This it really sucks to love this team as much as I do, to love the Chicago Bulls, to love Chicago sports as much as I do. It sucks to love a franchise so much that literally doesn't give a fucking shit about winning basketball, that doesn't care about the type of culture that they cultivate. They don't care about none of that. None of it, bro. And that's the thing that sucks, man. You see franchises like the goddamn, you see franchises like the Warriors, right? That got lucky. They drafted Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and then they were like, bet, we now have their franchise. We now have their foundation. Let's spend the money to keep this shit together, right? No, the Bulls don't care about that. The Bulls don't care about that at all, right? Nothing with that. You had the Los Angeles Lakers, a team that looked like absolute dog shit leading into the trade deadline last week. You see how much they improved that team last season, and guess where it got them? Almost to the finals, right? Yeah, they're 6-6 this season, but they made moves at the trade deadline. You know what we're going to do at the trade deadline? We're probably going to trade Zach LaVine before the trade deadline. So all that aside, but we're going to see problems with this team, or we're going to say, we're going to wait to the offseason when we got a mid-level exception. That's what we're going to see. You can't keep lucking into winning. Derrick Rose ain't walking back through that door. Michael Jordan ain't walking back through that door. And this franchise is completely content in waiting till we get lucky enough to get another player of that caliber, because they don't care. They don't care about putting out a winning basketball team again until they get something that puts them in a place where they're going to be lucky. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. That's wild, bro. That's wild where we sit right now. That is crazy that in all the love, we have people who support this team like Bulls Troy from Australia. You feel me? Aiden, shout out to Aiden from Aiden's Bulls Talker. I'm sorry, I forget the name of the channel. Aiden's Bulls Show, I think is what it's called now. I'm pissed off right now, Aiden. Don't forgive me for getting the name of your channel. But these people stay up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the Chicago Bulls play basketball, and this is the product you continue to give those people. It's highway fucking robbery. That's what it is. That's really what it is. It's highway fucking robbery. And until this ownership group, until the front office cares enough to make the tough decisions, you gave Billy Donovan a secret extension. I don't even give a fuck no more that you got to pay him if you got to fire him. Again, that don't count to the luxury tax, but it's not working. Billy Donovan is not working as the head coach here. The roster ain't working. Go out and make some changes. Because right now we're sitting in shit. We're sitting in shit. And it don't smell good, and it definitely don't fucking feel good. That's for goddamn sure. Man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. I really wanted to come in here and give y'all a show. I appreciate you guys so much for the continued support. I'm sorry that I couldn't control my emotions enough to sit here and present a better show for you guys. And I feel disappointed by that. But right now, I'm a pissed off Chicago Bulls fan. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off, yo. And I'm sorry that like I said, that I couldn't pull my emotions enough together to just be able to talk about the Bulls, to just be able to talk about this game. Yeah, I'm tired, man. I'm really tired. I'm tired of this team. I'm tired of all of it. And really, all I really want to just say is fuck the Chicago Bulls right now. Like, that's really what I want to say. And it's crazy to say that, man. It's really wild to be sitting here feeling that way, man. Like, this is crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's wild. And I came into the season really, really optimistic about the season. Extremely optimistic about the season. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. But thank you guys, man, for tuning in to another post-game show. I'm going to go over and do Locked on Bulls. Let's hope that I can compose myself enough so that we can deliver a better show over on Locked on Bulls. Thank you guys for supporting me, man. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe channel. You guys know we're trying to get to 20K subscribers by the end of the season. It is what it is when it comes down to that, man. I'll be back in the morning with a regular video. It'll be the mailbag. So make sure you guys, if you want to get in your thoughts, your feelings, your frustrations, make sure you can follow us at Bull Central Pod on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And then if you do want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.